2 items, right? Okay, so here is, if anyone wants to follow along,
Elder Culvehouse said, anyone who would like to download UE5 and follow along, here's the link to Epic Launcher.
good. I was worried that he would also say the link, but no. I have him ignoring links, and that was a regular expression I had to add to Twitch speaker. See, I know stuff. I know a couple of things. Let's get the C off. There we go. So this is what you would see. You have to download the Epic Launcher. So there's the first link. Once you've downloaded the Epic Launcher, you should be able to find the option. You can download the UE5, the entire game engine, right in the Epic Launcher. So it actually is called Epic Games Launcher. It's not just Epic Games, it's also the Unreal Engine itself. So let me show you what it looks like when you open it up. After you download, if you decide to, you don't have to, remember. But if you do download the Epic Launcher, this is what it looks like. I said, this is what it looks like. There we go. Now, you notice in the upper right, I have Launch Unreal Engine 503. Well, it's because I already downloaded it. If you don't have it downloaded, I don't remember what it looks like, but I think all you have to do is go into Library or something, and then you'll find it, 503. The current Epic Unreal Engine version is 5.0.3. Don't try downloading anything else. Just download 503. You might have to look for it a little bit. You might have to go into the store to find it. I'm just not sure where. But if somebody does decide to download Unreal Engine 5, who is in here right now, tell us where you found it in the Epic Launcher so we can tell the others. But yeah, that's how you get the party started developing stuff, by launching Unreal Engine 5. Now, we will launch it now, so this is not the way I launch it. I actually have a separate direct launcher. You don't have to open up the Epic launcher just to launch Unreal Engine 5. Okay. So this will take a little while to open. But meanwhile, now there's no reason to look at the launcher anymore. It was just to get our bearings, okay? So I'm closing the launcher. No need for it to be open, like I said.
Elder Culvehouse said, let's get some music running. Any requests? Free license music only, please.
Okay. Whoops, air shit. What's happening here? You weren't supposed to see that. Pretend you didn't see that. Nothing to see there. Okay. Oh, I see what it's doing. Okay, yeah, I'm just kind of initializing a brand new. I'll explain everything in a minute. I didn't want you to see anything because we're pretending like we've never touched Like we've never touched Unreal Engine. This is for anyone who has a PC and a decent graphics card. It doesn't matter if you've never touched game development. It doesn't matter if you don't even know what Epic is or Unreal Engine 5. It doesn't even know if you can't remember your grandma's name. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You can either follow along, with Unreal Engine 5, or you can just enjoy the stream and chat with us and tell us anything. What you had for dinner, who's taking a poop in your bathroom. I don't care. You can talk about anything. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now let me introduce you to the Unreal Epic Developer Library. And the reason that we're going to look at the developer community is because this is where the tutorial is that we're going to follow. Now remember, we follow a tutorial for each of these 8 games that we're developing. And I designed it that way so that anyone can find these same tutorials and make the same game in the same game engine for either free or just a very low cost. All right, so let me capture the frickin' TV screen. Where's the frickin' TV screen? Oh, there it is. There. Okay, so this is the Epic Dev community. I think the top level, the main domain is dev. What is it? Yeah, dev.epicgames.com. Oh, damn these eyes. Yeah, and then through this, you will find a tutorial that's called Your First Game in Unreal Engine 5. Now let's read what it says. A practical in-editor demo making a game from scratch, highlighting UE5 features. Show how fast you can create a game leveraging new and established features of the engine. So it's mainly a speed run through development just to get a first tiny game up and running. The game itself is very, very basic, and it doesn't have many features, and there's no real goal of the game, but instead the goal of the project is to just get your first game up and running. It's a cute little game, that's all it is. Okay, and you can name it anything you want. I mean, we're just naming it Tiny Game. Yeah, so we just call it Tiny Game. All right, now this is the video we're going to be following, and I will start playing it, but the issue, like I've said, is that he has the narrator has a very thick accent, so the first thing we need to do is turn captions on, and then I will translate wherever I need to, okay? So let's just listen to the first 1 minute.
Hi, my name is Andreas, and in this video I will show you how to start creating a small game from scratch in Unreal Engine 5. We will use some of the latest features, but also established workflows from previous versions. We will build a small top-down game and import static meshes, textures, building materials, importing skeletal meshes and animations, and build a small interactive system. And
so this is where we have to turn on. You probably understood his first introduction. This is now where we have to turn on captions. So let's get captions on. This is annoying. English is out of reach. You have to scroll up.
Hi, my name is Andreas, and in this video I will show you how to start creating a small game from scratch in Unreal Engine 5. We will use some of the latest features, but also established workflows from previous versions. We will build a small top-down game and import static meshes, textures, building materials, importing skeletal meshes and animations, and build a small interactive system and do a little bit of polish at the end. So let's start by creating a new project. When you open Unreal Engine 5, it presents you with the new templates you can start with.
Okay, this is exactly what we are doing. Okay, so this is where I switch to showing you my
Elder Colvey House said, any music requests?
Yeah, no one's chatting in the chat room. Are we still live? I mean, I wouldn't know. No one's interacting. Huh. I mean, I don't care. I'm going to do this anyway. Now I'm going to switch to grabbing my entire screen. The reason we need to do that is because I'm going to be flipping back and forth a lot between the video and Unreal Engine. Oh, let's see, desktop capture. I don't know exactly if there's a window capture, game capture.
Herr Milkenschild Said, Jupp, just paying attention to the stream.
Okay, good. Display capture. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Yeah, display 1. 1920 by 1200, which is an issue, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Hang in there. Aufstehen. Svercha. Yeah, there. Okay, now we're going to turn those off. And now we have our entire, we should have nearly the entire screen on. Yeah, we're missing just a little bit. I know why, because it's 1920 by 12. So if we do this, then we're grabbing almost the entire screen. And it's okay to do this because then you can actually see more without me blocking everything. How's that? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so here we are in Unreal Engine. That's the first thing he had us do, is create a new project from scratch. Let's see what this says. Okay, there we go.
So they come to an Unreal Engine and do a little bit of polish at the end. So let's start by creating a new project. When you open Unreal Engine 5, it presents you with the new templates you can start with. So they contain new mannequin, Manny, and Quinn. But in our case, we will start with a blank project.
We're starting with
blank.
blank.
That first game.
Yeah,
everything
and I called it
here I do in real time. And when I speed up time, I will tell you. Sure, it's
just got back from the store. Sorry, I'm later.
Oh, just got back from the store. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, it's okay. No worries, Madam Risby. It's quite all right. Also, Madam, one idea is that we could raid you at the end of the stream. If you wouldn't mind, I've never done this in a very, very long time, but if you could mention this stream in your Discord.
Said, he Madame roast beef.
Mr. Mirman.
Elder Colvehouse said, if you like, mention this stream in your server at Madame Roast Beefy and we'll raid you at the end.
Yeah, that's just one idea. I sent you a DM about that too, but you didn't respond. Okay, he just called it first game, but we're calling it tiny game.
Pieces to create a better flow so you can follow. I'm using the assets from a StackoBot sample project you can download from the marketplace.
And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so this is, so here we are. He just created a blank template. Okay, so I guess that's a no.
So I guess that's a no.
Yeah, okay, so there's my answer. Okay, so now we're back in Unreal Engine 5. And you can see that I named the project Tiny Game. Now this says untitled, but it's because we're looking at a level right now. So the level itself is untitled. But just think about it hierarchically, and the top level is the game name itself, and that's it, Tiny Game. Okay, so here we are. Let's keep listening to him. Here's the captions down here. You know, if you can't understand him, then go ahead and look at the captions.
Here we are, and when you have the project open the first time, you can see this new map here, which is already set to word partition and has a pretty nice real-time lighting setup. But in our case, let's start it.
See, it's exactly what he said. See, there's mountains, there are hills and mountains between us. So
the new map, and we don't use the existing
ones, but we just
ones, but we just do a completely empty level.
completely empty level. Okay, so that's what we're...
We start, let's go through the new UI. Here's a view.
Ooh, very pretty layout.
Hey, Sonico731. Yep, we are starting the game development. Sonic0731 resubscribed for 20 months.
Well, 20 months, haha.
That's awesome. Okay, so do you see what he said? Like, we have to create a new level. So let's go back for a second.
Our case, let's start a new map, and we don't use the...
There it is, new level. So we're going to go into new level, and then we create a completely empty level, just like he said, okay? And now here's our new level. Ooh, it's very dark. Is that
the
correct?
existing ones, but we just do a completely empty level.
Mm-hmm.
Before we start, let's go through the new UI. Here's a viewport with our scene, and here's the outliner listing all things of our scene. Below are the details of what we have selected.
Mm-hmm. And let's pause it and let's make sure that we're seeing the same thing. Yes, see, there's the outliner, and then here's some details of whatever is active, which currently is nothing, of course.
Up here are different modes like select, landscape, and foliage that we can use later.
Foliage.
This is the create menu with all kinds of actors we can place, and the green button starts your game. The view modes and show flags allow us to investigate our scene. Down here is a content drawer with a folder structure of our game.
This looks really cool. Looks like some of the programs my sister uses for her work.
Yeah, it's very, very deep. It's a complete game engine with a complete interface. You can be as simple or as complex as you want in Unreal Engine 5. And some of our favorite games are actually made in Unreal Engine 5. Well, 4, Unreal Engine 4. Soon to be made in Unreal Engine 5.
That you can also open up with control space in all editors.
Yeah, that's an important one. See our content drawer? This is going to be where everything is. So if we do control space, that opens that up. Whee! See? Just like you said.
With F10, you can toggle the sidebar.
Oh, I didn't know that. With F10, you can toggle. Yeah, look. It's working! Well, now it's not working. Oh, you have to click again. Okay.
Let's bring in our first actor. We can navigate through the menu or just start typing. Let's select the simple sphere.
Okay, let's select a simple sphere. So you learn, I mean, you don't have to scroll through a bunch of menus or a bunch of lists in this interface, because you can usually just type in what you're looking for. There's Lucky Buddha.
Elder Colvey House said, below it Lucky 13 Uda.
And then Lucky Buddha just followed. So Alan, if you take a look at the event list browser, you'll see that right below me there, you'll see that you just followed. Whee! Lucky Buddha followed, and then Sonic is streaming us resubbed. Okay, whoa, screenception. Holy shit. Okay, so back to this, back to the matter at hand. And also we have text.
Hi at Lucky 13 Oder and welcome.
We have text to speech, Alan. So anything you say, anything you type gets converted to a voice. So listen to this. Listen to this.
Vale. Holy Bob Sartzen Pop Titty come splashin' bluff flubbin' flippy diddy flappin' fluin'.
Yeah, that's it.
Always happens.
Yep, it always happens. Okay, let's select a simple sphere. So that's what we were doing. So if we go in here and type in sphere, we should see what we saw in his. It's not exactly the same. See, if I click sphere, now let's see what he has on his screen. See, it's a little bit different. I don't know why exactly.
First actor. We could navigate through the menu or just start typing. Let's select the simple sphere. Here it is, even if we can't see it. It's in the outliner, and also in the details panel you see the properties.
Okay, let's make sure that that's correct. Yes, that is correct. You see, we see all the properties of the sphere. I think he has some defaults set differently. That's why his looks a little bit different than mine. But hey, we have a sphere. This is called a actor. So every little element in a in a scene or in a level is an actor. You know, so this sphere is an actor. Oh, Crime Solver's here. Hey, Crime Solver. Yep, and Mr. Milkman is in Serbia, Alan, or Lucky. Oh, and Orik is here too. Hey, what's up? Okay, and don't feel bad if you missed the beginning or if you missed part of the stream. It's okay, because all of these will be VODs that you can watch later, and you can skip through them and go to the particular area, especially if you want to follow along. Okay, let's keep listening to him.
When we switch the view mode to unlit, we can see it there. So let's make some.
Okay, that's what he did. Okay, so lit, unlit. Oh, we can still see it. And then lit. Oh, that's why, because he was defaulting to lit and unlit. Okay.
Light. We will use the environmental light mixer to fastly set up some lights.
Okay, so that do you see what he did? You have to follow along quickly. I mean, you really have to be watching what he's doing. In fact, I already forgot what he clicked on.
Details panel, you see the properties. When we switch the view mode to unlit, we can see it there. So let's make some light. We will use the environmental light mixer.
Window environmental light mixer. Got it. There it is, environmental light mixer. Now we've got the light mixer pop up.
We set up some lights. By creating directional light, you can...
Directional light. Where is it? Where is it? See, where is it?
Use the environmental light mixer to fastly set up some lights. By
create atmospheric light 0. That's what he clicked on. Okay, there. See, now we have a directional light.
Directional light, you can now begin to see the sphere. We can directly change the values like the intensity, and with Control L, we can change the angle of our light so it comes a little bit from the front.
Okay, so that's exactly what we do. We'll reduce the intensity down to 3, just like he did. Let's actually reduce it down to 2. You know, you don't have to use exactly the same things that he used, but there's that. And what else did he say?
In directional light, you can now begin to see the sphere. We can directly change the values like the intensity, and with Control L, we can change the angle of our light so it comes a little bit from the front.
Control L, he said. Okay, let's make sure that that's true. That's not true. Oh, there it is. Yes, now it is true. I see. You have to hold it down. Okay. And we have unlit. See, so we have to see what we're doing here. There we go. So he said, so it comes a little from the front. There we go. Kind of like that. There we go. And that should be roughly, he wants it to be more in the front. Okay, got it. Kind of like that. Okay. There, see, now it looks more like what he did.
True 360 degrees.
Yeah, true 360. Yep. And you can choose 1 axis, 2 axes, or all 3 whenever you're moving something around or rotating. Yeah, pretty
this
nice.
This is real-time lighting by default. In the project settings under rendering, you can find the settings.
Project settings rendering. See, so you just have to follow along. Project settings rendering right there. See, look at all these project settings. Yep, and there's rendering. Okay, now what does he say?
Use the new global illumination system.
Do you see what he said? By default, we use Lumen. Dynamic global illumination method, that's Lumen. Requires generate mesh distance fields enabled for software ray tracing. So this is, the Lumen is Unreal Engine 5's ray tracing mechanism. You don't need to use it. You could just do screen space illumination, which is what Bethesda uses. Standalone ray trace, that's deprecated now. And then plugin. Yeah, so if you have butt plugs, you can add those. Okay, Lumen, there. Yeah, okay. Let's keep going.
So let's add some more. An atmospheric skylight, a sky and atmosphere, the new volumetric clouds, and a height. Atmospheric system Lumen. So let's add some more. An atmospheric skylight, a sky and atmosphere, the new volumetric clouds, and a height.
This takes a little while to pull together because he did everything all at once. So let's go back into the environmental lighting. Create atmospheric light. Okay, let's see what he did.
Atmospheric skylight, the sky. So let's add some more. An atmosphere.
Create skylight. Do you see he just clicked on it? There, now we have a skylight.
Atmospheric skylight, the sky.
Sky atmosphere. There, now we got that.
And atmosphere, the new
volumetric cloud and height fog. Okay, fine. Volumetric cloud and height fog. Hey, look at that. There it is. So now we've got all of them. See, they're actually down here. Exponential height fog, sky atmosphere, volumetric cloud, skylight, directional light.
And a height fog. We also want our atmosphere light fully real-time, so we check real-time capture in this.
Okay, skylight has to go to real-time capture. Let's see, we already have an outliner that has some elements in our scene. So he said go to skylight and then choose what? Real-time capture. Yep, we just did that.
Skylight. The actors got all spawned at 000 in the world and are a bit hidden. So let's line them up a bit so we have a cleaner scene.
Yeah, we're gonna do that now. Okay, so the skylight. We'll do it in the same order that he did it. I think he took the volumetric cloud up next. Yeah. See what we're doing? We're just doing what he did.
Don't lose the overview.
Sky atmosphere goes at the top. You don't have to put these in this order, but this is just to get... Whoops. Damn it. There. See? That's all we're doing. We're just kind of following him.
What we also can do is creating folders in the outliner.
There, directional light. Okay, so now we go to directional light and shnoop. And I think that now separates all these elements. Yep, they're all separated.
Here is a music request.
Gloria in Excelsis Deo. No, we'll get...
For music.
No, it has to be pre-licensed music only.
House said, sorry, we'll get a copyright strike for that.
But name your favorite game, and we can play the game music. We do need some music. Oh, hey, Dave the Damon. Dave the Damon. It's the real human Dave the Damon, not the synth, but the real Dave. We are already in the very, very first part of the game creation. But yeah, Lucky Buddha or anyone, if you have some free licensed music to play, then you can recommend it and we'll play it. And most game music, almost all game music is free. I mean, we can play that without getting a copyright strike. Holy crap!
Does this make up for being late?
Holy shit.
Wow, that was... Okay, we need to turn on the stream avatars for that. We need to turn that on so we can give Mr. Milkman the mass bomb, and then we have to mass bomb for David too. Okay, so stand by. Here come the... oh, also Lucky Buddha.
Also, Alan, we have little avatars for all of us too.
Just stand by. This might crash my damn stream, but here, let's try it anyway. Just stand by. We're loading. What are those? Those are our stream avatars. It almost crashed. It like froze.
Crimmers Oliver 1993 said, ambiances count to light? The non-copyright?
Ambience is count 2, right? Yeah, like ambient music. Well, it depends. If it's licensed, it's licensed, and then we can't play it. Okay, Lucky Buddha said Final Fantasy. Okay, Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. Final Fantasy VIII original soundtrack. Let's see what we get here. Ooh. 5 years ago, original soundtrack. Symphonic remasters of Final Fantasy VIII. Why don't we do this? Yeah, it has to be very muted. It can't be very loud, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. And let me know if you can hear it, but it should not be very loud because we have to hear the narrator too. Okay, Rectus Dominus. Oh, I just realized you can see my whole screen. Whoops. Okay, so anyway. Hang on a minute. I just realized. Hang on. Stop. Just wait a second. Just wait a second. Okay, back to business. Yeah, you should be able to hear it very, 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 very softly. Okay, so back to this, back to the matter at hand. Now we can keep going. He says what we can also do is create folders in the outliner. Okay.
And move our actors for the light setup in there.
Okay.
Projects can very fast get very messy, and some housekeeping from the start can go a long way.
You see what he did there? We're going to do the same thing. Create folder, lighting. This is kind of like the top level elements of an entire game. This is not just per level. Well, actually, I think it is for one level. See what we just did? We have organized all of our lighting elements under one.
Next, let's save our map.
Okay.
Again, let's keep it clean. So we want to do a new folder calling it maps and save our map as Valley.
Okay, Valley. All content maps. Okay, good. All content, new folder maps, and then we're going to create a new map as Valley, just like he said. This little map is called, what we're going to be building, in a map. Essentially, we're going to make a valley. Oh boy, it's getting hot. Just like I knew it was going to. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's keep moving.
When we now take a look in the content drawer, you find this folder structure.
Let's make sure that that's true. It is true. And there's our valley.
Now we want to bring in our first own asset. In the content drawer, we will create a new folder and call it props. That will contain our meshes, materials, and textures.
So those
Pressing
are very
import.
Those are very common elements in a game. So let's do that. Just what he said. So we're going to make another folder called props. Now what did he say?
It's an asset I want to bring into the engine.
Okay, this is where I have to tell you that we're using another game's assets because we don't have time to create all of our own models. So instead, we're going to borrow from another demo by Epic, and that's what I've downloaded. Now, interestingly,
1993 said also. Happy spooky season, everyone.
Oh yeah, it's spooky. It's spooktacular October.
Elder Colvey House said, Spooktober.
Okay, so this is that page that I showed you at the beginning. There are project files you need to download. Yeah, you have to download the StackoBot project files on the marketplace. And here's the StackoBot. get stuck in StackoBot, a small sandbox that showcases a lean player controller, expandable, la la la. Okay, so you have to download this. And to download it, you'll have to use this, the complete project.
Was thinking the same name, Kali, haha.
There the demon said, Mr. Mill.
Yeah, StackoBot. Oh, Spooktober, that's what you were thinking, yes. Okay, so you open this in the launcher. I've already done this, so you have to open it in the launcher, and then it downloads it to your computer, and then you have to find the folder structure. And it turns out that it downloads it into your documents, and then Unreal projects, and then StackoBot. See, and then through here, you'll find the content, and then here's a zipped file, which you have to unzip, and then here's all. This is the actual assets that we are going to use. See, so we already have the props built for us. This is exactly what he's talking about. So that's how we're going to continue now. So you do have to download this, but luckily it's right there. Okay, let's go. Continuing where we left off.
Create is an FBX that was created in Blender, but you can use any DC's images, materials, and textures. Pressing import, let me choose an asset I want to bring into the engine. Create is an FBX that was created in Blender, but you can use any DCC tool or
Yeah, but what did he click?
Create is an FBX.
Oh, the crate. Okay, SM crate. Okay, see, he goes really fast. It's meant to be a very fast-paced tutorial. Okay, so now how did he do that? Wait, let's find out what he did.
And call it props.
Okay,
that
props.
will contain our meshes, materials, and textures. Pressing import.
There, import. Okay. So now we press import, and then Tiny Game Unreal Project, StackoBot, content. I've already unzipped it. There it is. Props. Okay, there it is. And then SM crate. That's what we are importing. Okay. Okay. So now he says
choose an asset I want to bring into the engine. Create is an FBX that was created.
Look, Mr. Milkman. He is German. Look at those two buttons.
Elder Colvehouse said, he is German at Mr. Milchman. Offenen unterbrechen.
See that? Neue Ordner and organisieren und durchsuchen. Yeah, he is German. So that, but he's not a natively. He doesn't look German. But anyway, okay.
Created in Blender, but
okay, created in Blender.
From Cologne.
Yeah, from Köln.
North Hesse.
North Hesse. No, yeah, Cologne in German is Köln. K-O-L-N. Okay, so anyway.
Sonicu's streaminess said,
you can use any DCC tool or get them online like from Sketchweb. We don't change any defaults and we want to create the materials.
Okay, so he pressed some other button. I don't know what he pressed, but I think it was import. Here, let's see. You just have
we don't change any defaults and we want to create the materials.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so we're going to press that button too, and we got the exact same result that he did. So there it is.
After pressing import, our static mesh got added, as well as the 3 materials this FBX uses.
There's a crate.
Double click, we open this mesh in an own editor.
In translation, German game development.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, I was going to name that. I was going to add that to the title, Mr. Milkman, but I think that would have scared everyone away. Yeah, I tend to scare people away. I'm sorry. I'm just a scary person.
Let's dock it up here.
Okay, so you see what he did? He double-clicked. And there is our... We're going to be using this in the game. See, so you can fart around. This, you know what this building is? This is the Epic headquarters. This is it. And where are they? They're in North Carolina. North Carolina. Almost heaven. North Carolina. Okay. He said dock it up here. Oh, yes. So this is a separate window. You see that? So we're going to grab this tab and dock it into the existing game tab that's already open. That's what he was saying.
On the upper left, you find some numbers about the mesh, and the details contain 3 material slots.
Yeah. See, so we have material slots already up and running because these were already attached to this object. You can add more. See, these are just some basics. This engine is so versatile.
This button leads to the location of the asset. Let's open the material editor.
Aha. Okay. So browse to M metal and oh wait, what did he pick? Plastic. Okay. Okay, so then we'll double click it. There, now we have opened a material editor. Let me explain what this whole grid is. It's called a graph. These are
people
nodes.
Would be thinking that you are removing spleen from patient.
Do you see? Right, exactly.
Elder Colvey House said, or dicking my man or something. Dickerman equals fat man weapon.
Sonical's
Yeah, right.
streaminess said, bahaha.
Right. Okay, so see, this is a node. See, this is a node. I'm moving it around. You can attach nodes, you can detach. This is the whole basis of logic in Unreal Engine 5. We also have this concept in programming, but this is a visual representation of programming. It just makes it a lot easier to understand. Ja, Scheitzen.
Vicar Scheiß Forts.
Yeah. We even have, the voices also swear. Like if you say something like, what was it?
Fuck.
No, it's something else. I can't remember what I did, but yeah, you have to like experiment. Oh, I know what it is.
Blechglub Lumblur Pugliam Flubberplurv.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's go back to this.
On the upper left is a preview. Below are details. Most space takes a material graph where we find this big output node where we can connect nodes to. For example, this one is color we can change. When we
there we go. You see what he did? He just changed a color by double clicking. Let's not go purple. Let's have the audience pick a color.
Audience, pick a nice color.
Yeah, pick one quickly. This is where we get to do a little customization. Remember, we don't have to follow his tutorial to the letter. It's good to get it close. Ooh, that's a nice color. What is that? This color is going to become the plastic on the box. So this will be a plastic color. So we typically associate plastic with being either white or yellowish, but it can be any color. It doesn't have to be. You could even have it blue, sky blue, like my eyes.
Sonical's streaminess said,
Dave the Damon says amber. Okay, let's try amber. Okay, good idea.
Neon green.
Herr Miltenschild Said, turquoise. IDK.
Turquoise, I don't know. Well, let's go with Dave the Damon's. He was the first one who mentioned it, so let's go amber. And you can mix colors. You can add, you can marbleize if you want, but that's outside of this scope of this right now. Okay, let's go. Yeah, something that. Yeah, I consider that to be amber. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that's amber. Okay.
Apply, we can see the result on our mesh.
Oh, nice. We'll see it already. Okay, so if we apply, just like he said, apply, good. And now we should, there it is. See, so we're already starting to add features to the cube.
We can zoom in a bit to see how the material is looking from different angles. Let's go back and improve this a bit. When holding one and doing a left click, you can create a node with one value.
Okay, let me show you the single dimension node. This is kind of important. You hold down the one button and press click. that opens up our single node. It's a single dimensional node, and you'll see the difference between single dimension node, two-dimensional node, three-dimensional nodes. Okay, see, he attached it to roughness.
We can connect this to roughness of the material and
okay, let's see how it goes.
1993 just redeemed.
There it is.
Everyone for
well, look at that. Now it looks metallic.
the preview is immediately updated. Hit apply again to see how this glossiness...
Okay, now we should see the glossiness on the crate, which also needs to be saved. And there it is. See, now it's starting to look really amberish. Well, I'll be damned.
This looks on the crate. Let's make it more interesting by importing textures.
Into Battle Royale.
Oh, here comes the Battle Royale.
Here comes a Battle Royale.
Thanks for ordering that. Oh, and by the way, Alan, there are sounds that you can redeem. Here's one of our favorite sounds. Are you ready?
Fresh meat.
Okay. So what did he say?
So we can import two textures here, grayscale grunge texture and a normal.
Okay, plastic and grunge. Remember he said that. Okay, so we're going to import textures. Yeah, there we go. And there's our Skyrim quest sound. Yeah. Fresh meat. I can't do it very well. Okay, so he said grunge and
Sonicoo's streamer
what did he
said,
say?
Prepare yourselves a ha 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 ha.
Cheap plastic. Yeah, right. Abandon your foolish quest. Okay, there we go. And import. And I think he wanted us to import it right into props. Let's see.
So once this is imported, we will find it in the content drawer and can drag in the normal and connect that to the output pin.
Okay, there, see? So there is the texture sample.
No sense here.
By the way, N stands for normal. So a normal map is a bump texture map. It's the actual depressions and the imperfections on a texture. In the normal map is it gives way to being able to add like a grainy or like a lived in or a slightly corroded effect. And I'll show you what I mean by that now. Here we go. So we have to go back into the plastic, go into the content drawer and drag it just like he did. Whoops. Okay, see now we're running out of space. So all you do is just zoom out a little bit. Let's move this up here. And let's put this down there. Good. And then we have to connect the whole thing to the normal map, and this becomes the normal map. But we don't have it yet.
So when we zoom in a bit, we see this nice little bumps here on this material.
See, now there's some bumps. So let's zoom in. There's the bumps. Do you see? It's not perfect now. It's got bumps. The bump, the bump. See, this is how materials typically are. They're not perfect, right?
Which we can also witness on the crate if you want.
Well, it's harder to see on the crate, but let's take a look anyway. Not really. You can't really tell. Maybe just a little bit, not too much. Okay.
So let's go back and do one last touch until this plastic is done.
Very close.
Let's bring in the crunch texture, and instead of using a fixed value, we use this for the roughness.
Good. So you see what we did? Now we're going to replace something with something. Okay, so we're going to take the grunge effect. So there's our grunge. It's a texture. I wish you could shrink these nodes when you're not, and then now we're going to attach it to the roughness instead of this.
Which gives us this look that it's a little bit touched, which is quite nice.
Okay, see?
So,
and you see what it does, and that is the roughness. So now let's take a look at it. Hey, it's starting to look like a real texture there. So now let's take a look at what the crate looks like. See, now it looks a lot rougher. It's not totally glossy. There's roughness and there's some divots in the material. See that? If you look really close, you can see what I'm talking about. It's amazing.
Here we go. This is our plastic material. So let's go to the next one. So next up is metal. Let's open up this material, and the first thing we want to do is changing the color a little bit.
Okay, metal. Metal is next. Test your metal. So what I'm doing, I'm just saving each of these browsers. Okay, now he said we have to work on the metal next. Okay, so we double click that to open it up, and now here is our metal graph, or our metal workspace, with different nodes again.
So let's double click here and make that a little bit lighter. Next we hold 1 again and left click to create a scalar.
Okay. Metallic. You see what he did? Okay, now this is where somebody said neon green, and then someone else said turquoise. Okay, we'll make this a turquoise metal. Somewhere right about in the, yeah, kind of like that. How does that look? But we'll make it kind of like grayish turquoise. How's that? Does that look good? Yeah, let's make it darker, kind of like that. Ooh, that looks like a good metal. Now let's take a look at it.
And put that into metallic and change that to 1. Now we have a metal ball.
Oh, look. Why? Why? Why did we do that?
Hit scalar and put that into metallic and change that to 1.
Material expression constant. I don't know why. Oh!
Sonicus 3 minutes said, yup, I said neon green.
Okay, neon green we'll use for the next thing.
Now we have a metal ball. So we do this again now with 0 for the roughness. So
okay. 0 for the roughness. There you go. See? Ooh.
So we have this really shiny thing. Let's take a look how that looks like on the crate.
Yeah, let's see how it looks like. I'm curious. Ooh. Hey, I like this. Yeah, all right. That looks pretty damn good.
That's nice. So again, let's make this a little bit more interesting by including some textures we prepared.
Okay.
So we go here and we have a normal again and a roughness.
Okay, normal and roughness. Ding. Okay, so we have to import the normal map of the metal and the roughness map of the metal. And there we are. See, so now those pop up.
But we will do something slightly different. This time again, we drop in the normal and connect that to the normal output.
Okay, so texture sample for the normal first. Nope, that was plastic. Metal normal. There we go.
Find Christmas ornament level reflection.
What? Find Christmas ornament level? Yeah, reflection. It is very reflective, isn't it? Yeah, this is like a Christmas ornament that cats would love to jump up and knock down off the tree. Okay, I think you said this is the normal map.
But if we take a look at that ball, it's a little bit too noisy for
me. Yeah, it's too noisy. It looks like there's too much damage. See that? See, a little too, that's a bit much.
Our taste here. So we do a right click and then we look for something called texture coordinates with
texture coordinates. Okay. There it is, texture coordinate.
Gives us access to the UV tiling. So when we connect that to the UVs and then...
Let me explain what UVs are. If you take a texture, it's always a 2D, it's like a 2D sheet of like Christmas or like, you know, like Christmas wrapper or like Christmas gift wrap. It's 2-dimensional. You have to wrap that around a 3-dimensional object. The 3-dimensional object's coordinates are X, Y, and Z. That 2-dimensional wrapper that you're wrapping around, those two axes are U and V. That's why it says UV. Don't ask me why it isn't UV and W. I don't know, but it's U and V. See, so we're taking a 2D texture and then translating it around a 3D object. That's what that is.
And changing the values to, for example, 5 and 5.
Okay, 5 and 5. UVs. Good. Ding. There. Now we change the U tiling to 5 and then the B tiling to 5. See, you're learning a lot, aren't you? This is something I've known a long time about game development, and there is a slight cheat on my end. Like I know a lot of these concepts extremely well, and of course I know engineering particularly well. So a lot of the patterns I started to see in Unreal Engine 5, they're quite familiar to me. I don't know the engine much. I mean, that's why I'm following the tutorial, but in general, this stuff, it comes easy to me.
We will get something that's more desirable. That's nice. So
okay, so let's make sure that this, yeah, that looks a little better. Yeah. Okay.
Let's take a look how that looks on our crate.
Okay, now let's take, hey, that looks good. It's amazing. Yeah, that looks good to me. Okay.
That's cool. So let's go to the roughness again, and this time we will bring in the texture we prepared, but instead of using the RGB channel, we only use the red channel. So you can store different information on different channels in a texture.
To get a perfect score on a top exam in calculus. Whoa.
A perfect score on a top exam in calculus? Yeah, it's actually not too hard.
Elder Colvey House said, I often got 100% S on calc exams. Got A in the course lol.
I mean, if I took the same exams right now, I'd flunk it. You know, I'd have to relearn some of the concepts. But yeah, it's not as hard as you might think. I mean, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Okay, texture samples. So he said this time we're going to bring in the roughness of the metal, like that. What did he do? Oh yeah, he moved both of these down. I see what he did. Okay. See, this can get really, really crowded really fast. Okay, there.
So, and this is...
So he said you don't have to use RGB for the roughness. What he did instead, he used just the R. That's just the red channel for the roughness. And it's a slightly different concept. But you get it. See, like there are 3 different channels, actually 4 channels. There's red, green, blue, and alpha. In this case, the alpha is all 100. But you can see it's like different colors. Okay, so now
this is our end result. Nice.
See, I mean that's what he did, right? Let's make sure we matched him. Apply. Let's look at the crate. I was just checking something. Aufstehen. Good. All right. Yeah, that looks really cool. I really like that.
Texture. So, and this is our end result. Nice. In the middle, we want to do something like carbon, but a simple setup. Before we do, I want to show you something on the mesh. Here you can check the vertex color of your mesh. We painted some gray values onto the mesh, which we can now use in the material. Let's open up the last material. And again, we start with importing.
Okay, so there's a material that's already a part of this. This is actually a carbon material. So let's double click that. That imports it. I mean, that opens up the graph for carbon.
And now 2 textures. And again, one is a normal and one is this time one we use for the
ribbing. Okay, got it. So we have to open up ribbing. So there's ribbing, normal, and one, some other. Yeah, who knows what that is. Okay.
Base color. Let's take a look on the normal for a second, which opens a new editor. Unreal identifies this as normal automatically and sets up the values it's needing. So we have nothing to do here.
Yeah, see, so it automatically, the engine knows this is a normal map.
Which is nice. Let's go back to the material and now drag both of those in.
Okay, we'll drag both of those in, just like you said. Okay. This is the texture map. This is the normal map. They both say texture, but they're normal.
Not the tiling we want.
Okay, drag it into normal, and we should see that pop up. See? And apparently this is not what we want. We can switch this to cube. There, see? Now we get a better idea of what it's going to look like on our cube. Still not exactly the same, but see, that's not what we want.
So with the texture coordinate node and some very high numbers this time, we will
text chord. Okay, see what we're doing? We're getting the UVs. This is how many times to repeat that texture. How small this is, and how many times to repeat it on the wrapping paper, which then wraps around the cube. Okay, what did he say? Texture chord. Yeah, that's it.
Elder Colvey House said, "Hey, at Lucky 13,
to get
does the
much
soundtrack
closer
sound like
to
the game?"
what we are looking for.
See, so we're going to increase the repetition. See that? What we did, we're changing it from 1 all the way to 60 and 60. There we go. See, now, suddenly, see, now it looks like carbon. But I think that's too little. You know, I'd like you to see the textures a little more, so let's go 50-50. See, we don't have to do everything exactly like he says. See? That's amazing.
Now let's use the grayscale texture for the base color. When we directly plug this in, we can see that we have the same tiling issue as for the normal map.
Oh, base color. Base color, that's it. Whoops, okay, see, I have to now remove that. I don't know how to delete something yet.
So let's just connect our texture coordinate.
Lucky index cheese aside. Yes.
Well, what happened to this? Did he just delete it or something? I guess he did. Yeah, let's clean it up a little bit. See, you can align, you can distribute, you can do all that.
As well with the UVs for these.
The world map and battles. I see. So we're actually going to use those text chords. We're going to have it repeat the same amount. Aha! See, now it actually makes more sense. See, now it looks more like carbon.
Nice.
Nice. Let's make sure ours matches his. Yes, it does. He set it to 80. Yeah, I only want 50. I want it to be bigger so you can see it. And if we switch to the see, you can really see it now.
When we now hit apply and go to our crate, we can see that this fits very well.
You can see it fits very well. Okay. Apply, crate. Hey, I like it.
Elder Colvey House said, "Look good? Or should the texture be smaller?"
Yeah, you guys choose. I mean, I just like to see a little more detail. And remember, on the screen, it's going to be, these cubes are going to be really small, so you'll hardly see the texture as it is. I think that's why I wanted to make it a little bigger. Looks pretty good to me. We can also make it metallic if you like. We can make it reflective as we want. But the reason we don't make it reflective is so it contrasts with the reflective metal surface, because after all, this is carbon, this is plastic. You see the difference?
Now let's use this vertex color I've shown before. We do a right click and search for vertex color.
Vertex color, okay. And we're back in carbon. Remember, we were on carbon. Yeah, vertex color.
To get that input node. When we multiply this now with our texture output and connect that to the base color,
okay, so we have to create a multiply node. See, multiply node. We're running out of space here. There. And then connect what to the base node? Oh, the output, the RGB output to be there. See, now we got both that up and running, kind of like his. Yep, same. Oh, and then we detach this. See, now this is wrong, so we have to put this over here. There.
We will now hit apply and go to the crate and see our result.
Okay, let's see if that's true. Do you see how these textures were predefined, but we had to take that extra step to differentiate them. So I didn't make that I didn't separate those. That was part of the downloadable materials. But we still have to do this to make it work. Okay, let's see if that worked. That did not work. See, something else is going on. We followed along precisely, and there were about like 10 comments about that. It turns out you have to enable something else somewhere in a menu. Let's forget it. I think this looks good enough. That looks good to me.
So here's our final crate with
he misses some things. He assumes that you've already set your project settings and defaults to what he has, which we don't. You know, this is a fresh install of Unreal Engine 5.
Materials we made very quickly.
Okay, so we'll save that. This is good. This is fine, just like it is. Okay, now we're back in the valley.
Let's bring in the floor by doing a right click on this sphere, go to replace actor and select the cube.
Okay. Replace selected actor with a cube. See, it doesn't show up. See, this is something else. This is something else that he does, assuming you know what he's talking about, and we don't know what he's talking about.
Let's bring in the floor by doing a right click on this sphere, go to...
See? Did you see that? It shows up for him, but not for me.
Let's bring in the floor by doing a right click on this...
Right there. Right click on the sphere. Replace actor. See, it's not here. And cube is not there either. But it turns out, if you go down to here, add a basic shape, and then let's add cube. Okay, now we're going to move that out of the way and delete it. But now watch what happens if see, now it's there. This is something he fails to mention. There, now we have a cube.
Elder Calvé House said, see? The tutorial can get Confo's kitty.
Submob 0 I said.
Hey,
what is the square root
Supabo.
of 256?
Hey, what's going on, Soup Mab Boy? Oh, Soupma Boy. Somebody else can answer it.
1993 said 12.
Actually, that's 144. 12 by 12 is 144. 12 is the square root of 144. Okay.
Sphere, go to replace actor and select the cube. Up here we go to the scaling tool and then we scale it down on that. We scale it.
Okay, do you see what it did? Now we're going to scale it down by going to scaling, and here it is. Or you can hit R. I just noticed you can hit R. No. R, 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 R. There we go. There we go. I got my cursor back. So we scale
See how
down
bad I am at
the
math
Z.
logic, eh?
Dave the Demon said,
There we go.
11 11.
11 to 11. No, 11 by 11 is less than 144, which is 121.
Beth Shadow Killer said, still here just lurking since I signed up to do an hour a day gaming.
You signed up to do an hour a day gaming. Oh, interesting. You'll have to tell us more about that. What's an hour a day gaming?
Up on X and Y.
There.
Now we have a floor we can use.
Okay, so you can do it like this, but that's not how we're going to do it. We're going to grab both the X and the Y. So you grab it right in the middle. There. It's amazing. See?
Use. We bring up the content drawer and drag in the crate we just made.
Okay.
We can move it around and rotate it to see it in our light setup, and we can move the camera a little bit around.
Okay, let's do that. So we're going to grab the crate that we just made. Well, I'll be darned. We've got a real crate in the game. And he switched to move. See, you can move it around. You can move it up, down. You can grab all three of them. And then depending on where you're looking, you can translate it. See, like I can go up, down, left, right. And then I can also grab this and then move it backwards, forwards. Now, he also said you can rotate it. Yes, of course you can rotate it. See? And you don't have to snap it. It's currently snapping, but you don't have to do that.
We can also change the light again to test how our material reacts to the different light scenarios.
Yeah, remember that was Control L. There. Ooh. And then it went away. Look, it's sunset. Wow, that is cool. Hey, that is a really cool color. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay.
And here we are with our first scene done. So now let's talk about logic.
Okay.
When we press play, it seems nothing is really happening. With the crate selected, we can scroll down in the details and select simulate physics.
Okay, with the crate selected. Now we have to go down and simulate physics. Simulate physics. Okay, now press play and it should drop to the poop. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. You see what we just did? Okay, here, let's get right above it and then watch it as it drops. Whoa! It's amazing. Okay.
We now hit play, this crate falls to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The disadvantage is that this is only turned on this specific actor in the scene. If we bring in another crate that looks for the player exactly the same, it will behave differently. Because for this second crate, it's not set to simulate the physics by default.
I see. So if we were to bring in another crate, or just copy and paste it. Oh, he didn't want me to copy and paste it.
In glad.
He didn't want me to copy and paste it. He wants me to go in here and put a second crate in the world, like this. Okay, and then we're going to shoot. There. Okay, now, yeah, just like he said, only one is dropping. And why is that?
This is where blueprints can come in. Mm-hmm. Let's create a new folder and call that game elements.
Game elements. Okay, fine.
And opening up the folder.
See what we're doing? We're going to build blueprints that are very general, and then you can apply that blueprint to multiple objects. It's a way to organize your logic. That's what we do in programming. Okay, so now we got game elements. And what does he want us to do with it?
We can do a right click to create assets. We will find a lot of different things, but we will concentrate on blueprint.
Okay, blueprint class. Let me show you. Okay, so we're gonna There's a bunch of stuff. There are endless things you can create. You can even create blank stuff.
Points on everybody dance.
Everybody dance now. Oh, it's time for the mass bomb for Dave to Damon.
Exclamation mark mass bomb. Thanks again at Dave the Demon. Here's your mass bomb.
Boom! Here, let me add a bunch of stars as you guys are, where's the avatars? Yeah. Here's a bunch of stars for everybody. It's full of stars! There. Oh god. Starception. Okay, now what were we doing? I forgot. Oh yeah, so I'm showing you all the different things that you can do. Look at all this stuff. Oh, 16? Yeah, actually 16 turned out to be right.
Dave the Demon said, sling 25200.
Yep, hexadecimal exponents.
Yeah, it's actually a hexadecimal square, which is 256. You can keep going. 512, 1024, 2048, 4096, 9092. Yeah, I know all of those.
Point d'exclamation sling moins 25200.
But we're really not here to do little quizzes. Yeah, we're really here to...
1993 said.
Oh yeah,
2000.
That's right. You can gamble in the game with your avatar too.
Streaminess said, "Gotta get back to work.
Okay.
I'll be around, bud."
Exclamation mark slots 1000.
Whoa! Hatras just subscribed. He automatically got a mass bomb. Thank you so much, Hatras. I really appreciate that. That is so nice.
On the background.
Thanks, Hatros.
Yeah, I know. Those are mass bombs. Alan. Whenever somebody subscribes, the bombs just start falling everywhere.
@Sonic0731
Okay.
Network.
Have a good day at Wally World at Sonic 0731.
Okay, now what did he say? He said we're going to create what kind of blueprint? Let's get back to work here.
Now. And blueprints can be a lot of different classes, but we start with an actor.
Actor. Okay, actor blueprint. Good.
And we call that BP underscore
BP crate. Okay. This is going to be, by the way, if it goes away like that, to rename anything, it's F2. By the way, F2 is also the same Windows function key to rename something like a file or a folder. Yeah, Sonic is at work at Walmart in New Hampshire. Good evening, New Hampshire.
When we open this up, you can see the viewport here in the middle. On the right, we have the details for the components that's selected, and the upper left, we have the list of components. And below we have graphs, functions, and variables.
Confused yet? Okay, so let's open that up. We have created a blank actor.
Said in Chilean H.
So we have a blank actor, but we have the entire interface ready to receive data. 603. What is that? 603. In Chile, New Hampshire. Oh, here's the weather. Weather in Rochester, New Hampshire.
Exclamation mark weather Rochester, New Hampshire.
Conditions are cloudy, 55 degrees. What is it here? Weather in San Jose, California.
Exclamation mark weather San Jose, California.
Yeah, 73. It's actually quite tolerable today. I'm glad. Okay, so you see, there's variables, there's macros, functions, graphs. Here's the scene composition, the scene hierarchy. When we say scene, this is actually the scene of the element, the actor that we just created.
Up here you find the event graph for the game logic, but we ignore that for now.
Yeah. Up here is the event graph. This is the same kind of event graph with nodes, just like we saw before.
Let's add a static mesh component, which we call create mesh.
Oh, New Hampshire. New Hampshire,
We still
New
don't
Hampshire.
see something because we have to set our static mesh crate in the details panel of our added component. So
Yeah,
we
see what we
have to
just
set
did?
our static mesh crate in the details panel of our added component.
Got it. Yeah, static mesh. Now, how did he do that?
What you were about to say, scene of the crime, hee.
Static mesh component.
Oh, new static mesh component. Okay. Static
Hatchers said,
mesh.
survive the hurricane.
Yep, that's what he did.
Which we call create mesh. We still don't see something.
Oh, crate mesh. Okay. I'm not sure exactly why you have to go to this extra trouble, but yeah.
Because we have to set our static mesh crate in
Right.
the details.
Yeah. So now we have that component, and now we have to set the static mesh right here. And there's our crate. See, we've only created one static mesh so far, and that's this. So there it is.
Beth Shadow
And there's
King
our
said,
viewport now.
Weather Roaring Spring, Pennsylvania.
Roaring
Thank
Spring,
goodness it's
Pennsylvania.
Jaws.
Oh, yes, you survived the hurricane.
Elder Colvey House said, that's good Hatchroads. Which city again in Florida?
Yeah, I forgot which city you were in. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. You see how the light dances on this? Okay.
Panel of our added component. So here we have it. The details of this component are identical to the one we saw in our level, including the simulate physics checkbox.
Right.
We can also tweak it a bit by setting the mass and increasing a bit the linear.
Wait, it was off. Okay, see what we did? We are creating a blueprint. And this time the reason we're doing this is to turn simulate physics on for any future cube that you throw into the world.
We can also tweak it a bit by setting the mass and increasing a bit the linear and angular damping to introduce some drag to this actor.
Let me show you those.
Daytona, but family was in Tampa.
Oh, it was in Tampa, huh? Daytona Beach, but your family was in Tampa. Got it. Got it. Yeah, Tampa and Tampa Bay really got hammered. I saw that. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of the places will be without power for a week at least, I think.
Everyone is safe and well, thank God.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm glad.
Dave the Demon said, @atrose, how was it by you? My sister-in-law managed to leave Disney just
Oh,
before
wow.
80.
Yeah, Disney's in Orlando, which is kind of like in South Central Florida. Okay, what did he say? Oh, it's under physics. Okay, there we go. Okay, so simulate physics, and then did he give it mass? Yes, he selected 40. Let's select 35. We don't have to say exactly what. Okay, his linear damping. Let's find out what linear damping is. The drag force added to reduce linear movement. And then he switched it to 1. Those look like commas. They are commas, but it's because it's a German interface, so it's actually dots. So we'll do 0.15. Okay. And then angular damping, which is the drag force added to reduce angular movement. And then he adds a lot, so he added 1. Okay.
A lot of wind, 85-90 miles per hour.
Wow.
So we save this now and go back to our level. When we now bring in our blueprint we just made, also rotate it a bit and press play, you can maybe see it behaves a bit differently.
Right. Okay, so see what we're going to do. We have to compile that. Okay, now we've compiled our crate, which is actually a blueprint. Remember, this is not a crate, it's a blueprint of a crate. However, now we go back into
Happy
Valley.
to hear you survived.
This was the second one, right? Which one was which? I forgot. Where in the hell is physics? Oh, this is the one, and then this was off. Okay, so now we have to get rid of that. Okay, now here is the game elements, the blueprint of a crate. Now we put this in the world. Now I bet you $100. Now this will drop. See, because we created a blueprint for it, and we have it set to simulate physics. Whoops! There it is. Boom. But you notice how it didn't rotate as much. Okay, and let's see that again. Well, actually, it's because I didn't rotate it myself. There. Okay, now let's see how it goes. Boom. Okay.
The advantage is when we bring in another blueprint crate, it has the same default values we just introduced.
Roll those dice.
Yep, same default values. So we can keep importing crates now as much as we want. What are you? Oh, because we're still in the game. Yeah. See, so we're going to do it one more time. Let's do shoop, and then shoop, and then what's the button for this? W. That's right.
Slots 1000.
Slots 1000. You know, it's not supposed to do that. Oh yeah, because your voice is German, isn't it?
Elder Colvehouse said, "Oh right, you have a German text-to-speech."
Clunk. There it is. There's our cubes. Whoa, this one's almost falling right off the edge.
Slots 1000.
Boy, this is enjoyable music. Isn't this cool music? It's very fitting for what we're doing, isn't it? That was a good selection. We're listening to Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, which is 4 hours of music. Whoa.
If I type this 66.456.
Yeah, that's right. There it is. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to pause the music.
And when we change it in the blueprint, all actors in the scene will change too.
Yeah, so what he did, he just removed. He removed the one that was not a blueprint. And I can't tell which one it is here. That one, because we didn't use a blueprint for it. So poop, there. See, now we've got the crates that are both blueprints. Plop. Good. Ho, 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 ho. There we go. Okay, back to the...
now let's replace our floor with a landscape.
Do landscape.
We can delete our floor.
Okay, delete. Watch what happens if we... it's over. They go straight into oblivion. Okay.
And select the landscape mode.
Landscape, aha, it's a mode. Okay, there's a landscape.
This lets me create a landscape. We do not bother with the details yet and just hit create.
Okay. Yeah, isn't this great? See, you can do anything you want. I mean, as long as you're not like breaking copyrights or breaking laws, right? Yeah, it's cute. Also, Lucky Buddha, sometimes people come into the stream and their first, like they've never been in here before, and the first thing they say is, "Why aren't you wearing a shirt?" Block. You don't ever come in to someone else's stream and start asking questions about, like, why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Why don't you do this instead? Why don't you stream? Why don't you grab 56,000 subscribers, and then you can do whatever you want in your stream. Yeah, that's a cute. That does still happen. It doesn't happen much, but it happens once in a while. Okay, so he said just create. Okay, there's our, ooh, that's a brush. It's a landscape brush.
Now we have a landscape that we can sculpt, paint, or use landmass tools, but I don't want to cover that.
Yeah.
We can change the brush size. For example, the strength and the brush size and the fall off for smoother or sharper edges.
Yeah, we want really smooth edges. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is get it really, really smooth. Yeah, the fall off should be great. The brush size should be pretty decent. The tool strength, what did he choose? Around 30. See, you can, well, you can't see it until you're actually painting the mountains.
I'm not a very good level designer, so let's try briefly to sculpt something that looks like a small valley.
Okay.
Like that. I'm changing.
Okay, we want a small valley.
A little bit the brush size and then just really fastly drawing something here.
Okay.
When you hold shift, we can also lower an area, like for example here.
Oh, okay. So we're going to draw a valley like a horseshoe around these cubes, kind of like the way he did it. But we're going to make a really big valley. So let's wow, that's pretty strong. Let's drop it a little bit. Yeah, I don't want these to be too big. Okay, now that brush size is way too big. There we go. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm making a little mountains around but there's always going to be a way out. So let's make sure there's always a way out. Wherever you can go in, you should always be able to go out. See, so I'm just kind of making mountains. Ooh, mountains. And now I can make, and once we've got a basic valley going, let's make some others, mountains around it. And then we're going to make really sharp peaks by just changing the brush size. So you see what I'm doing? This is fun. Okay, there, brush size. Now we're going to reduce the brush fall off, drop the brush size, and then add more tool strength. Now this is going to give us peaks on those mountains. You see what I'm doing now? See, it's making them like more like giant teeth. See? Then let's keep grow. See, now we're actually making mountains. You might have seen some similar tools in certain games, especially like City Skylines. You can actually draw mountains like this. Whoops, there's like an escape route here. Now let's get the fall off even lower, the brush size even lower, and the tool strength even higher to get these real sharp peaks. See, you can keep doing that. He doesn't even mention this. He does mention he's not a very good level designer. Well, I'm not either. Yeah, there we go. We got some mountains. Where is the way out? Okay, we're almost there. Let's just add some more here. There. There we go. We've got mountains. It's Mount Amazing. Let's get a couple of like blips and divots in there. Okay, brush size is that, brush fall off, brush strength. Yeah, let's just get, we don't want it to be totally flat right here. Yeah, there we go. There, we got a little bit of relief. Good. Okay, how's that for our valley? It's a cute little valley. Blah. Let's save that.
And then we can use this tool to smooth out some of the roughness we brought in. But yeah, let's keep it like that for a second and head over making a material for our new landscape.
I like my mountains better than his. Mine look more like real mountains. Okay.
Back in select mode, we can select our newly made landscape. And in the details, we will find the landscape material.
Ah, okay. So where's our landscape? There it is, right there. See, now we have, just like you said, there's a default material and a couple of things.
Newly made landscape. And in the details we will find...
Crimazoliver 1993 said, thought of a villain for a game. Enemy is a very deformed cow. They're known as mutants. Unknown if in any other game.
Diablo 2 as mutant cows. And Fallout has Brahmin, two-headed cows.
Somebody beat you to it, Crunch, but no one has done mutants. Good. That's an idea. Mutants. Maybe someday they'll make it to the moon. What was he pointing at? Landscape material.
It's landscape material. So let's make a new material for that. We create a folder named landscape and create a material here which we name underscore.
Okay, so we do that. Let's not get behind. Under, this is all under content. So landscape. Good. And then you set a new material.
Landscape and create a material here which we name underscore.
That's it. Material.
Landscape.
underscore landscape.
First?
And the reason is because it's a material, so we tend to prefix our naming convention with one letter of the asset type. So this is a material. Material landscape. I think that's what he wanted. Yeah.
We don't want to have any glossiness on our landscape. So
yeah, we don't want glossiness. Unless, of course, you're on like the moon or something, or like some kind of obsidian planet.
we can search for fully rough in the material settings, and it does exactly what it says.
Oh, okay. Fully rough. Oh, that's rough.
So now we have a rough thing. So next we want to add the landscape layer blend node.
Landscape layer blend, okay. Oh, never mind. I was starting to type something, but I just realized that you're too far away. Whoops. Okay.
We can add 2 layers. One we will call...
Okay, you see what we're doing?
While the mutants have a pointy horns and swollen udders.
Would the mutants have pointy horns and swollen udders? Yes, they do. They do. I'll have to show you. Here's a Brahmin, by the way. Well, here's what a Brahmin looks like.
Or gigantic cow udder and poor cow is still attached to it.
Brahmin Fallout. There we go, that's what they look like. Almost heaven. There. That's quite an udder.
1993 said, attack would be spoiled milk you.
And
exactly.
Elder Colvey House said, in Fallout 76 you can milk them and get spoiled milk.
It comes out as spoiled milk. That's kind of gross. Okay, so what did he do? He created...
One,
2. Okay, he created 2 layers. I see what he did. Okay, 1, 2. Same thing he just did.
Set.
Okay, layer blend. You see how there aren't any layers yet, but...
And the other we...
Okay, so sand. Sand. What's the other one?
Grass.
Grass. Okay, and the second layer is grass. Okay.
And when we plug this in now into the base color, and we hold 3 and do a left click, we can...
I will show you what that is in a second. He didn't explain what that is. There. Okay, remember how before we held down 1 and click this to get a single dimensional node? That's a one-dimensional node. Okay, if you hold down 2, you get a two-dimensional node. If you hold down 3, you get a three-dimensional node. That's exactly what you did.
And create a vector node where we can set the color into like a darkish yellow tone.
Okay, this is supposed to be sand. So let's pick an appropriate color for sand. That didn't quite look like sand to me. That looks more like sand. Kind of like yeah, that's more like sand. There's sand.
We do it again, but this time with a dark green.
And you know what that is. That's going to be, remember I held down 3. I held down the button 3 and then left click, and that's how you get these. See? 2, 1. That's how you do that. Okay, now we're going to make a grass. So that's, the lunatic is on the grass. How about not quite so? Yeah. I don't want it to be just blindingly green. I did this once already and it was just way too green.
And now we hook this up with the 2 layers.
Yeah, just like that, just like he did.
Crimmers Oliver 1993 said, nice Pink Floyd reference.
Nice Pink Floyd reference, yeah, right. Bisonian Beast Brew.
Elder Colvey House said, Baha. Or Barada Bufana, Water Buffalo Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. I misspelled mozzarella. There's 2 Z's. Whoops.
Back in our level, we can add it to the landscape. So you can see it's completely black. Let's...
Okay, so we apply this. Landscape, and now he changed the landscape material to our new one that we just created. That's it. That's what I just made. And, well, I guess you could say it's
that
black.
By going back into the landscape mode, and in the paint tab we can find our 2 layers we just made.
Okay. So back into landscape mode. Oh yes, he is correct. It is black in the other modes. So we go back into landscape mode, and no, I do not see that. Oh yes, I do see that now. We're back in paint.
But the information needs to be stored somewhere, so we need to create a weight blended info layer. And we do that for the sand in our landscape folder, and the same for our grass.
Okay.
So in our landscape folder to create...
See what we have to do. We have to create layer information. We're just telling it where it's going to save it.
Find our 2 layers we just made. But the information needs to be stored somewhere, so we need to create a weight blended info layer.
And we're just going to put them both in the
for the sand in our landscape folder, and the same for our...
Okay. So weighted blended layer into the landscape. Yeah, and then grass, weighted blended layer, also into the landscape. And now if we go into landscape, there it is, grass layer info and sand layer info. Okay.
Grass. So with this done, we can select those layers and begin to paint here. Again, a reminder that this part isn't really my strength, but I will try my best to paint in some grass.
Okay, so we'll start with grass. Okay, now we should have our paint button. tool strength should be 1. I think he set it to like 1. Okay, so we'll do the grass all down here, right? You know, we can have grass on the foothills, but they can't be way up on the mountains. See what we're doing? See what I did there? And then grass, more grass. Yeah. I don't know how to quickly fill this whole area, but let's just get a bunch of grass going out here. Good. Oh God, you know what this is starting to look like? Whoops, look what I made. Whoops. Well.
Elder Colvey House said, whoops. This was completely unintentional.
Okay, so anyway, hey, he told me to do it. Kind of pervert we got running this thing.
You can use the same brush settings as for the sculpting. I think this is enough and that works for us now.
Okay, good.
We can hide my simple drawings with some improvements on the material. So let's import some more textures. Here I have 2 tileable textures, one for sand and
okay,
one.
You see?
Here I have 2 tileable textures.
Under landscape.
1993 said, you were just following orders.
Yeah. He's the ass master, I'm just a slave.
Yeah, he's the Rectus Dominus.
Okay, landscape, is this where we're supposed to be? Yeah, in the landscape folder, okay. Oh, that's right, control. Okay, now what were we doing? We have to import both of those. Okay, got it. And that is in landscape. There they are, right there. Good. Ding.
There's one for sand and one grayscale one for grass. So we can remove the sand color node for now, but I will keep the green.
Okay, we'll keep the green, but we'll remove the sand. Good. That makes sense. Let's see. Let's make. What is this? Would you like to apply the changes of the modified material to the original material? Yeah, I don't know exactly which thing they're referring to. I don't know if they mean the original thing I unzipped or my project. See, they need to be a little more specific, so you're not overwriting master files. Okay, so we're doing what he just did. There, we're bringing the sand in there, and now we're zapping this, but we're keeping the grass for the moment.
We can connect the sand and bring in this grass.
Oh, I see what he's doing. See what he did? He disconnected it, and I don't know what. Watch this. But
we can connect.
What did he press? I still don't know how to do that. What if I hit delete? Is it delete? Oh, never mind. Never mind. So what do you press to get? I mean, all I know how to do is to detach it and then escape, but that's not how he's doing it. He's got a special button that he never told us about. See, I don't like that, but whatever. Secret information. It's a secret.
The send when we hit apply and check out.
Yeah, okay. So he did exactly what we thought. So, and then we attach the RGB, all 3 layers to the layer grass. Save. Back to Bally. And there we go. We now have a grass texture. Hey, look at that. See, now this is sand and this is grass. But it looks kind of yucky, doesn't it?
Check out the level. We can see that we have sand here and this very beautiful grass. But
He's
the
joking.
tiling isn't very
He's
nice.
joking.
So let's get back to the material and fix that.
Okay.
This time we will use an absolute world position node.
Okay, absolute world position. How did he search for it?
This time we will use
world position. Okay, world position. That's it right there. Okay.
an absolute world position node, which gives us X, Y, and Z on a given location. As we do not need Z, we will use a component mask to get only 2 coordinates and not 3.
So we have to add a component mask to just get 2 of those 3 coordinates. Right there. Good. And then how do we do that?
R is X and G is Y in this case. Now we can divide that by a number.
So normally it'd be like X, Y, and Z, but it's also RGB. It's just because you have to pick one or the other, right? So this is X, Y, Z. Or Z, as many of them say. So we're going to divide by 2. And you can type in the division right there. See? Divide by what?
To control the tiling. For example, 256.
Okay, see, hold down 1 and hit click, and there it is. And now we change this value to 256, and this now divides this incoming mask by by 256. There it is. See, this is the kind of stuff you can do in programming, but it's a visual representation of programming.
Good work. And now we plug that into the UVs. And now when I move around, you can see this is word aligned, even in the editor. I really actually like that a lot. So let's copy this part and do the same for the grass. So around, you can see this is word aligned, even in the editor. And now when I move around, you can see this is word aligned, even in the editor. I really actually like that.
Oh, what do you mean, even in the editor? I guess it is. I'm not sure exactly what he's talking about, but okay, we'll attach this to the UVs. And what is he talking about?
Crimis Oliver 1993 said.
And now when I move around, you can see this is word aligned, even in the editor. I really actually like that a lot. So let's copy this part and do the same for the grass.
Okay, see, so
I'm
we're just
copying
going
it
to literally
because maybe we want different values for now.
There, see,
so here,
same
let's
thing.
try like 512.
But we're changing. No, actually we're not. Okay, now we're going to do 512 instead of 256. See, right there, 512. Remember, we were just talking about this.
Haha, we were just talking about this.
We were literally just talking about this. Oh, we need a video.
So when we
and attach it to the grass,
hit apply and go back to our level.
That's what he's talking about. Now it's world aligned. Oh, I see what he means. Look. It's like there's a layer behind it now. Got it.
Then we can see the result. So let's get rid of this. Go to manage for now so we don't have the brush. And here we are. So here is our textures.
Okay, let's take a look. So we doot and then doot. Then we go to manage. And there it is. It's amazing.
Lycky in de tríð haside, ims have torrento the L'Oreal vast. BRB.
Baha, okay, bio break.
Bio break.
The tiling's not too bad, but the grass is not what we want. So let's go back here and switch that back to 256.
Okay, fine. See, he sometimes just does that to show
nice
you
new node in Unreal Engine 5, which is called named reroute node. So we call that.
Shut up. Do you see how it changed? It's amazing. It's grass amazing.
It's grass mazing. Looks like sharp BTW.
Closey said, hiya.
Oh, hey, Closey. Closey. Hope you're doing great, Closey. Yeah, we were just doing a game development tutorial. Anyone can do this. If you have Unreal 5, you just have to download Unreal 5 and you should have a decent graphics card, and anyone can do this.
Oliver 1993 said, looks good enough to move.
Oh hell, it looks good enough to eat. I could eat this, right? I could lick this right off the ground. Okay.
That's sand.
Okay, now let's listen to what he says now.
And now some cleanup. So there's a very nice new node in Unreal Engine 5, which is called named reroute node. So we
named reroute. Okay, let's find out what named reroute is. Okay, so we'll kind of do what he did and move it there, and then move it way over here. And then somehow I still don't know what he's pressing to disconnect. So there. So he said named reroute declaration node. Yeah, what is he doing?
Call that sand and
sand. Okay, fine. Sand. Sand, not San Tomas Aquino. There we go. Sand.
Now we can unplug that, and in the layer blend we use this as
input. Yes. This if the reason you do this. They're named reroutes. This is why sometimes the stuff can get really, really messy and turn into spaghetti.
This stops the whole graph from turning into spaghetti.
Hey Eton Stevens.
Hey Van Quadens.
Havan Quadens. I saw Havan's legs. And they're sexy. Yeah, legs are my favorite. My favorite body part. Okay, so let's keep a move on.
So that's pretty neat. We can do the same for the grass.
Yeah, let's do the grass. But what?
Before we do that, let's bring some color to the grass. So we can hold L and do a left click that brings us an alpha alert. And we can...
Yeah, right. Yeah, you have to focus on the whole package. Like I love working on quads. I prefer it when there's more definition. And I'm kind of bloated. I've been bloated like nonstop, but I'm working on that. I'm just checking something. 2 leg days a week in your routine. Whoa. Yeah, leg press isn't my favorite because you're compressing your gut too much, but yeah. Okay, so he mentioned lerp. So we have to understand what lerp is.
We can grass, but before we do that, let's bring some color to the grass. So we can hold L and do a left click that brings us an alpha lerp. And
okay, so we're going to lerp, and lerp kind of means to blend something together. So he said you can hold down L.
Cloud extensions.
Texture sample. Oh, I see what he did. He moved this. It's over here. Habanman. Yeah, quad extensions. Yeah, quad extensions are good. Bulgarian split squats.
Elder Colve House said, Bulgarian split squats are still my fave for quads.
Okay, so we're going to hold down L and press it. There it is. There's lerp. Okay, so what does lerp do? There it is. The linear interpolate expression blends between 2 input values based on a 3rd input value used as a mask. And there it is. See, you can lerp anything. This is the cool part about all these different, these node graphs, or the graph of many nodes. You can essentially use any tool to operate on anything else. You can, I mean, the sky's the limit in here, but let's follow his tutorial for the moment. Okay, we're attaching the RGB to the alpha channel, I think. Yeah. By the way, did you notice there's even all 4 channels down here, RGBA? Well, we're focusing. This does not have an alpha channel, so we're just using RGB.
We can use a grayscale and this green here.
So we're actually blending in the. See, that's why we didn't delete this. Ooh. RGB to alpha. No. See, I really want to learn how to delete a node. I mean, delete a link.
Make a copy of that and do a second green, which we in this case make a little bit brighter. And with this plugged in now in.
I see what we're doing. Okay. So we just have to, here, ding. And now we'll make this one brighter and greener. Well, maybe not that bright, but yeah, there, like that. Still don't like that. There.
Elder Colvey said, the vastus lateralis is starting to bulge a little more.
It's slowly starting to bulge outward, which is exactly what the quad sweep is. And the vastus lateralis is the muscle in the legs that cause the sweep. And working out that vastus lateralis, it is not easy. Most people don't, very few people have a quad sweep. I'm surprised that I've got one, but it's not that great. And Havan, you're starting to get one. I see your quad sweep coming in.
Into our alpha lerp, we can lerp between those 2 values with the grayscale. So, and when previewing this is what it looks like.
Oh yeah, so we can preview it. Well, why aren't we previewing it then? Oh, we have to connect the lerp. Oh no, we have to preview the lerp. Well, how do we preview? Hang on a minute. How did you do that?
Those 2 values.
Oh, start previewing. Oh, I see.
With the grayscale. So, and when previewing this is what it looks like. Mm-hmm. So now again, we do the named reroute node, name that grass.
Yep, grass. But I thought we already had one, but no, we actually deleted it. Okay.
And also color that green, so it's a little bit better for our overview.
Oh yeah, you can actually color. Here, do you see what he means? This is just recoloring the tab itself. It's just for the purpose of just make your graph easier to read. See, like sand, grass. You gotta
plug this into the layer.
Yep. Grass, and there's the named reroute. See, so all this is doing, this essentially means continue. It's like fast traveling. Continue, instead of like wiring this all the way up here, you could just say, hey, this continues over here. There it is. So there's our whole sand. And then here's our whole grass, and here is the rerouted node right there.
So this is a really nice way to keep your graph clean. Mm-hmm. And very often it's the small things that can make a big difference. You could also make a material function here, but we keep it like this for now. So, and here's the result on our landscape. So when we get closer, this is pretty nice.
Okay, well, let's make sure that's what we actually get. No, that is not what we get. Something's wrong. Okay, so what is wrong? See, we have to troubleshoot that. He's getting something different than we are. Okay, let's troubleshoot. What did we do wrong?
You could also keep your plugs into the layer. So,
okay, layer sand, layer grass, base color. I don't see anything we did wrong here. Oops. Oh, now it's working. Maybe it was just, it had to catch up. There it is. Seems really bright. Well, that's all right.
So this is a really nice way to keep your graph.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
Let's try to populate this with some grass and some rocks. First, let's spawn some real grass.
Okay.
Hentet julast krain kulve and have jupe and what kring så pover.
Oh, I trained legs with personal trainer 4 days ago.
Yeah, we did some really useful maneuvers that I wasn't used to. We did a lot of time under tension. We did a lot of, we did like time under tension squats too. We went fairly light, but just kept it time under tension and a few pause maneuvers. Yeah, that was really good.
Before we start, let's change the light direction a little bit to...
Okay. Oh, Control L is the lighting. Okay, yeah, we have to kind of get it almost like it's top down. Yeah, that's really, really bright. Let's drop that a little bit. Okay, yeah, it's too bright.
Have jupe and what kring så pover.
Whoops, oh shit. Now it's black. There. Okay, now let's save that.
HVAN Stevens just redeemed pose and flex arms and legs for 1500 points.
There, that's a little bit better. Okay. Oh.
Flex and pose.
Okay. Flex and pose time. Okay, let's switch to, well, we have to add a full flippadoodle flappadoodle. Whoops, that's not it. There it is. Okay. So, yeah, we'll go quickly and then I'll get back to work. Hang on. Okay. All right. See, bloated. That's bloat from creatine. Okay. Let's pick a good. Yeah, that's some good lighting. Okay. Be careful not to destroy anything. I have to kneel. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Okay, there. Damn it. Here, I'll get way over here. There we go. Okay, there's the arm flex. Yeah, the peaks are coming out and there's some good definition. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Okay, there's the arm flex. And then in the back, I don't know how to do the Atlas pose. I don't know. I've never done the Atlas pose before. It's something like that, but anyway. Okay. And then here's the legs. Aufstellen. Okay, here's left leg. Now let's drop this a little bit. No, I mean the right leg. This is the right leg. There's that quad sweep.
Elder Colvey House
There
said,
it is.
quad sweep detected.
The quad sweep that Havan and I are talking about is that you see how it's bulging out? That's the quad sweep. Yeah, that's looking good. And you can see a little better over on this side. Okay, ready? Yeah, there it is.
Stand with here for et slikutli urtvarts and tense. Create for sweeps.
That quad sweep. Good. All right. Now back to wake. How do I turn that off? Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Looking okay?
Oh, slightly outwards and tense. Yeah, I did that right at the end. Or at least at the end I did it. Okay, back to wake.
Sweeps.
Get rid of the screenception.
Krimazoliver 1993 said, I'll stick to my climbing of mountains for my leg workout and cardio.
Muskler og njurku at tartstiksutgivinga more muskler athletic.
Quad sweep, where the vastus lateralis bulges outwards. Lucky
It's like
butter.
that, you know, when from the front, your legs, you know, the upper legs bulge outward like that more. It's a good look. Really hard to get. Okay, now, what were we doing here? Yeah, so that looks good. This looks good.
You get a nicer spot here in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's the light direction a little bit to get a nicer spot here in the middle.
Yeah.
And then let's create a new folder we name environment. Here.
Oh, environment. Okay, so now we're going to create an environment folder.
We want to import a static mesh from an FBX and another grayscale texture. We keep working with the defaults for now.
Oh, did you know, Havan, Lucky Buddha, who's in here now, we would go to the gym together. Yeah, we did some workouts together. It's okay, Havan. It's a chat room. You can type whatever you want.
When we open up the grayscale texture,
okay,
we want
so I
to
see what we're
with the
doing.
defaults for static mesh from an FBX and another grayscale texture. We keep working with the defaults for now.
Okay, so we're going to import those two. So environment, mgrass, wait a minute.
Mesh from an FBX and another grayscale texture. We keep working with the defaults for now.
Why did all three of those pop
and
up?
another
grass. Okay, let's import everything in the grass and see if it works. Grass. Import. Oh, 3 things imported.
Mein Handy ist schwel.
Mein Hund ist schwirrt. Oh, mein Hund ist schwer. That's your dog is swole.
Grayscale texture. We keep working with the defaults for now. When we open up the grass clump mesh,
okay, here's a grass clump. You see, now we're actually getting some real grass into the game. Look at that. I'll be damned. It's actually grass.
You can see how it looks like. So let's make this grass material very quickly.
So now we have to make the grass material. Okay, fine.
We remove the color and drag in our texture.
Okay, so remove this, grab in that. That's what he did. See?
The texture is black. We want to have it mask out the material. So for that, we need to change the blend mode from opaque to mask.
Okay, opaque to masked. And then we're going to have to tell it how to blend it. Wait a minute. Oh, opaque to masked. Okay, I see. This is actually the primary node right there. So that's where most of the information is held. And this is just a texture in. That's all this is.
Now we can plug in the texture to the
opacity mask. Okay. Yep. Do you see how it's up there? Look, part of the sphere is like transparent now. It's transmazing.
Opacity mask. When we check out the grass mesh now, it begins to look like we want.
Oh, you liar. Hang on a minute. What are we even talking about? What was he just looking at?
When we check out the grass mesh.
Oh, grass clump. Okay. It's not looking like anything.
Okay. Now it begins to look like we want. Let's bring some color.
Oh, schwil. It caught you.
Elder Colvey House said, haha, detected bad words.
Twitch moderated that. That's funny.
We go back to our landscape and we steal the setup by copy paste. Let's bring some color back. We go back to our landscape and we steal the setup by copy pasting this in our grass material.
Yeah, we're going to do the lerp blend. See that? The lerp blend. Actually, there, like that. And now we go into the grass graph. There, you see what we did there? There. And now, let's make this closer. This doesn't have to be so far away. There.
And then we connect that with
connect
alpha
that to the alpha. Alpha in the beater. Yeah. Yeah, and then sometimes Twitch, we have it set, like if you're not a moderator or if you're not a sub, it'll catch some stuff, and then we have to say approve.
Yup, haha. Twitch has a filter which we can approve or destroy.
Base color, and if we take a look, this looks nice.
Ooh, okay, let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's going to look cartoony, but that's the idea. Come on, let's see the grass clump. Something is wrong here. Did I miss something? Yes, I missed.
That with alpha and
base color. That's it. Okay, see, so do you see how all these nodes have to be connected? They have to be connected like this. So different colors will, using the lerp function, this is the blend method. And then the alpha channel is what we actually bring in, that new texture. And then you have to connect this to an opacity mask, but then you also have to attach the final result of the lerping to the base color. And then, and only then, will you get why does this take so long? There! Now we got it. And it should look just like his.
Base color, and if we take a look, this looks nice.
Yeah.
So
it looks more like his. There it is.
So how do we get this grass into our level? We could use the foliage tools to paint it in, but there's an easier way, and we can leverage our landscape material for that. When we look for output grass node, we can add that.
Landscape grass output? Yeah.
And when we select that, we can see there's a grass type we can attach here. So we need that asset. Let's create that asset.
Hang on. Okay, so what are we doing here?
Foliage type we can attach here. So we need that asset. Let's create that asset we find under foliage. landscape grass type and call that f_landscape grass.
Boy, that's a lot of... It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why we're doing this. Landscape grass type, and then now he's making it foliage. See what we're doing? F, prefix it by what it is. Landscape grass. You can't always tell the actual asset type just from one letter, but it differentiates it from other things that might also be called landscape grass. See, that's why he did it. Or that's
After
why
opening
we do
it, we can add different...
I cannot see that at all. How in the hell are you even supposed to see this? Can you read it? I can't read it.
Grass types, but one is enough for us.
Beth Shadow Killer said, still here, smiley face.
Elder Colvey House said, yeah, I know season 5 pretty well.
It's just I can't remember which season is which. Okay, so what is he doing?
And call that f_landscape grass.
Okay, and then we'll go into it, which I did.
After opening it, we can add different grass types.
Pause. Yeah. Okay, so now we'll go into it. After opening it, okay, so we add an index. Got it.
But one is enough for us.
Yeah, different grass types, and then grass clump. Yeah, we're only going to use one. Good.
So here we add our grass clump, and then we bump
grass
up the density
to 800. Oh, let's do 1200. If he does 800, I'm going to do 12. Hey! I guess 1000 is the max.
And we change the min and max scale a little bit.
Yeah, scale to 0.1, 0.4. Okay, 0.1. Let's make it 0.5. There. Okay.
And back in the landscape, we can add our grass type now.
Okay, how do you do that?
So next is a question where to spawn the grass.
Oh, I see. So now we close this and then go back into our grass, click the grass, and there it is. See, now we can attach that. There it is. Good.
Here's where the layer blend comes in. We know already where grass was painted. By adding the sample landscape node and changing it to the layer name grass, sample landscape node.
Sample landscape node.
And changing it to the layer name grass, we are actually done.
Oh. Change it to grass. I don't know why we're doing this, but okay.
So back in our level, we have now grass. Is that cool?
Okay, let's see if that's true. Come on, you can do it. We do not have grass yet. We don't have it. So something is wrong. Let's see what we did wrong. Okay, we made that. Yeah, we did that right. We created grass.
Add our grass type now. So next is a question where to spawn the grass. Here's where the layer blend comes in. We know already where grass was painted. By adding the sample landscape,
which I did, sample landscape. Yeah, that's what it was.
Node, and changing it to the layer name grass, we are actually done.
Okay, so why?
Back in our
well, maybe we didn't apply it. No, we applied it, but now we have to save it. I'm not sure what's going on. M landscape. Whoops, I detached it. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, we'll keep farting around with this, but I think I know what's going on. Yeah, that is not, we don't have it. It's not there.
Level, we have now grass. Is that cool?
Yeah, we definitely missed something here. I wonder what we screwed up on. Something is screwed up. Maybe we should, here, let's save all. It's always possible that something fucks it up. So let's just close the whole Unreal editor and restart the Unreal Engine again. I am not sure. Yeah, what is Season 5, Havan? I don't quite remember what was going on in Season 5. Yeah, we have to open a level. Maps, Valley, there it is. Okay, Valley. Come on, you can do it. Look at this. No, it's still screwy. Oh, right, then they're on the road. Right. Yeah, they actually, it's like a slaughter.
Elder Colvey House said, yeah, it's like a slaughter in R. They kill them in their sleep.
Yeah, we missed something for sure.
We connect that with alpha and the base color, and if we take a look, this looks nice. So how do we get this grass into our level? We could use the foliage tools to paint it in. When we look for output grass node, we can add that landscape material for that. When we look for output grass node,
landscape grass output. Wait, he said landscape output grass.
Node, we can add that, and when we select that, we can see there's a grass type we can attach here. So we need that asset. Let's create that asset we find under foliage. F_landscape grass.
Which I did. See, we made that.
And call that F_landscape grass.
Yeah, where is it? Huh, I don't see it. Oh, we're under environment. Yeah, F landscape grass. Yeah, we do have it. Okay, there's that.
After opening it, we can add different grass types, but one is enough for us. So here we add our grass clump, and then we bump up the density and we change the min and max scale a little bit. And back in the landscape.
Yeah, 105, that's what we did. And back in the landscape.
We can add our grass type now. So next is a question.
That's exactly what we did with this. Well, actually, no, it isn't.
Where to spawn the grass. Here's where the layer blend comes in. We know already where grass was painted. By adding the sample landscape node and
landscape, what was it? Landscape layer sample.
Know already where grass was painted. By adding the sample landscape comes in. We know already where grass was painted. By adding the sample
landscape layer sample, that's what
landscape
we did.
node and changing it to the layer name.
Grass.
Grass, we are actually done. So back in.
Yeah, so then he applies. Save. This doesn't make sense. Okay, F landscape.
Grass. Here's where the layer blend comes in. So next is a question where
yeah, you see what he did? He just did that really quick.
So next is a question.
There. So click there. F landscape, yeah, okay. There, F landscape grass, we've got it.
Elder Colvey House said,
oh, what do you think of Rick as a character?
We'll split this into 3 shards.
It's okay, but you know, he leaves before the end. I mean, you know, this is like almost the season finale. I mean, it's still going, but the last episode is going to happen soon. But he leaves after season 8 or 9 or something. Okay, so we got that. We got this. Grass.
Grass was painted. By adding the sample landscape node, and is that cool? Rocks. Back in our level.
Yeah, back in the level. Up. There, now we've got it. There's the landscape grass. We've got grass. Clunk. Here we go. There it is. Whee! There's the cubes inside the grass. That's awesome. So there's, see, the game is slowly starting to come together. Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah, it turned out he didn't actually die.
Okay, we'll go 10 more minutes.
Let's see what, there's a lot to go. See, I mean, we're only on like the 20-minute mark of the video. That's almost 1 minute and 20. So this might be in 3 parts.
We have no grass.
Yeah, we have grass. Yeah, it's cool.
So next, let's get really crazy with some rocks.
Yeah, the rocks. Actually, let's do rocks.
We want to import an FBX named flat rock. This rock has over 6 million triangles. So now we want to change our import settings to build Nanite. And then hit import.
Yes.
Our import setting over 6 crazy with some rock.
Okay, listen to what he says.
So next, let's get really crazy with some rocks.
Okay, we're going to import one rock.
An FBX named flat
rock. Right there.
This rock has over 6 million.
Yeah, it has over 6 million triangles. There is a new feature in Unreal Engine 5 called Nanite, which will dynamically change the number of triangles or the number of polygons real time based on what you're looking at and how close or how far apart you are. And I am going to demonstrate that in just a second, but let's import the rock flat just like he said. Okay, environment, let's import. Let's find it. Rock flat 01. Okay, we're importing. This might take a little while, but oh wait, how does he import it?
It's named flat rock.
And
this
what?
rock has over 6 million triangles. So now we want to change our import settings to build Nanite.
Build Nanite, and that is exactly what Nanite is. See? Build Nanite.
And then hit import.
Yeah, we're also going to generate missing collisions. Fine.
Now, I will speed up this video, but I can tell you that importing and creating the data took under 3 minutes, and it's around 140 megabyte big in the content folder.
Yeah, it's a very big
With
rock.
this done, we can drag our rock into the level.
Okay, so let's do it. Import. Okay, this might take a little while.
That's a big rock.
Okay. Now that's starting to conflict with my brain. Oh, that is so fucking annoying. The sun is in the right place where I can't fix it. There. Do. Oh, this is going to take forever.
Low loading screen simulator.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. Where is it? Wait, what happened to our... Oh, it's like not responding.
JK.
No.
Nadja. Wenn IHRS der Schaus haben wollt.
He didn't exactly pronounce that right. Oh, come on, rock. Come on, go rock, go rock. Go rock, go rock. Go rock, go rock. You can do it. Rock, he's our asset. If he can't do it, no asset can. Do. Get in there.
Who designs a damn rock this big?
Yeah, this is one hell of a rock. I mean, this must have been really important to somebody. Well, anyway, we've got it there. Now it's the... Oh, nope, it's still... See, now it's preparing the shaders for the rock. And now it's preparing something else for the rock. Okay, there we go.
Big in the content folder. With this done, we can drag our rock into the level.
Okay, now we can drag the rock. Okay, let's drag it into the level. Whoa! It's amazing! That's really, really, really bright, too. There it is. There's the rock. Whoa. But it's like white.
Switching to Nanite visualization triangles.
Yes, I'm going to show you how Nanite works.
Now watch this.
Visualization. Visualizers. No, Nanite visualization triangles. Okay, there we go. That's how intricate the rock is. But watch what happens if I go out. Aha, the triangles change because it doesn't have to generate as many triangles because it's barely noticeable. if it kept those same numbers of triangles, it would be hardly noticeable to the human eye. But watch what happens as we zoom in. See, the triangles get smaller and smaller, and look at that. That's actually look at that. That's the detail of the rock. And they did this intentionally to demonstrate just how much detail you can put into each individual object without worrying as much about performance anymore. Isn't that cool? That's cool.
You can see Nanite in action, rendering only the amount of triangles needed. If you want to learn more about this awesome technology, check out our other videos, including the one from Matt and Galen, where they show you how to convert your existing scenes using Nanite. In this material, we do not want to work with the mesh UVs.
With the mesh UVs. Okay, fine. Whoops, auto-saving out-of-date packages. See, I did not ask for that. I don't like it doing stuff automatically. No. Okay, so now we're going to unvisualize. Yeah, we have to like none. Oh, lit. There we go. So now we're back to the actual kaflipadoodle. Good. There's the rock, right? Wait a minute. M rock. Oh. M rock. Okay, there it is. The material for the rock. There we go.
So first, let's import another texture for
yes,
the rock.
We need to import another texture.
Which is the tileable texture.
Tileable rock. Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, I thought it looked too perfect. Rock tileable texture. Oh my god. There.
Texture again. And plug this into the base color.
Plug it into the base color. Okay, get this out. I think you just deleted it. Yeah, we just get rid of this. Yeah, that's looking more like a rock. Get a piece of the rock.
And then let's see how that looks like.
Back in the valley. Back in Happy Valley. Oh, that takes forever. Yeah, that looks a little more like a rock.
So not what we were looking for.
Oh, it's not
so
what we're
here
looking for.
We do the same as we did for the material, for the landscape, and use absolutely world the same as we did
position.
For the material.
He does that too fast. I can't see what you're doing. Nope. World position. Oh, that's it. Absolute world position. Oh,
Colby
wow.
Flex, Colby Coolboy, Colby Nuke.
Snuffles.
Elder Colvey House said, "Hi, Snuffles."
Thank you. Oh, 26 months. Oh my god, you're on fire.
Lippy indig cheese haside. Rock pancakes.
Rock pancakes, yeah, right. That's exactly what it looks like.
Hi.
Snuffleupagus is here, eh? She's currently in Kentucky.
Kentuckalumpagus.
She's in Kentucky. I'm sure she's there because of the bourbon. It's got something to do with the bourbon distilleries. I know it. Okay.
Landscape and use absolutely world position. Mask that out and...
Oh, component mask. Okay, that's right. I remember this. Component mask. Yes, component mask. Oh, you were in a spooktacular movie. Nice. Yeah, those cute little old cinemas or theaters in Kentucky are charming. Now, what is he doing here, though?
This, in this case, by a very high number, and then plug that into
he said
space
multiply.
By a very
no, divide this by a high number, which is what?
Number, and then plug.
We have to divide it. Yeah, it's because otherwise it's just too small, so I think. So we're going to divide and then plug that into the UVs. Yep, into the UVs, just like I thought.
I was just watching one on HBO Max.
I think we do something like 1000.
The values 1024. Okay, fine. 1024. This seems really, really complex, but over time, you do get the hang of this, believe it or not, and you become a node expert. You become really good at making these nodes.
Before here, and let's see how that.
Yeah, apply rock, and then let's look and see if that actually works correctly. Oh, I don't have the rock open. Content draw. Where's the freaking rock? Okay. There. Except look at that. See that? That's a problem. Do you see how yucky that looks? That's not how rocks look.
Looks like. So much better, but when you look it from the side, that doesn't look really nice.
See, he says the same thing.
So instead of mask.
So what do we do to fix this?
Elder Colvey House said, "Yep, I'm subbed to HBO Max just for Draken Flugenhaus."
Okay, so what's he going to do to fix it?
When you look it from the side, that doesn't look really nice. It's really stretched. So instead of masking RMB, we using Y and Z, so to say.
Y and Z, okay. See, so the mask is going to just change. Remember the mask, the reason we have a mask is because we're not going to use all 3 channels or all 4 channels. So now let's try that. Well, that looks weird.
We apply now and go back.
Okay.
Then we can see it's okay from the side.
Okay, so see what he's doing. He's showing us how by changing stuff like that, you fix one thing but then ruin the other side. So let's see what... Whoops, not the valley. I want to see the rock itself. See, same thing. So now it looks good from this angle, but then it looks terrible from that angle.
But now our top doesn't look nice.
Yeah.
We can use a little trick here. So we are looking for the vertex normal.
Okay, vertex normal. Let's fix it. Okay, vertex normal. It's right there. Oh, Snuffles might recognize the soundtrack.
Add Snuffleumpicus.
Oh, 6 streaming platforms, but you've seen most. Yeah, there are some horror movies. I have a good horror movie for you. Pandorum. Sci-fi spaceship horror.
I have a good horror movie for you, Pandorum. Sci-fi spaceship horror.
And here we can check
component mask again. Okay, component mask. That's it.
Again with a mask, and this time we only use B, which is Z, which.
Yeah, B. Remember, RGB is it maps to XYZ. So ding, ding, ding. So you see what we're doing? We're correcting. We're using 2 different versions.
Said, "Oh, I think I've seen that one."
Yeah, if you've seen it, then you know you can't spoil the end.
Herr Milkenschild Said, hi Snuff.
Krimazoliver 1993 said, "My favorite classic monster movie.
Creature from the Black Lagoon." Yeah.
Good old classic cheese.
Yeah,
The
with
shark where he. Just kidding.
Lucky Indig Tree Hatide, Circle the House. Thank you for this stream. Devine Daily World like get over this series even or doing more.
Might rewatch it now. I love old monster movies.
Yeah.
This first game will be split into 3 stream names.
Yeah, this is just the first stream. I can tell already just from looking how far we've gotten. It's going to take at least 3 streams to get through this. What was I thinking? Because it's meant to be like friendly, interactive. It's not. This isn't the only thing we're doing in the stream, right? Okay. Now what's he doing?
Still worst horror I
Looking up
watched a
again
Japan
with a
version
mask,
of
and this
Ring
time we
Into
only
Sisters.
use B,
Yeah, B, which is Z. Yes.
which is Z, which is looking upwards. And then with a lerp again.
Yeah, we're going to do lerp, and that is you hold down L and then press that, and then this is going to blend two things together using a third thing, which is the alpha. We use the alpha channel to blend two other things together. So I see what he's doing. He's going to use this mask as the alpha, and then what are we doing?
We can lerp between two different...
Yes, and then we're going to lerp this entire thing.
Different textures. One is our
what's
rock,
B?
so that's from the side. And
but what's B? Yeah, then that goes up there.
then we have to bring something else. Something else in our case can be the sand texture we already used. So we plug this in, and that will have the same issue like we had with the other texture.
Yeah, same issue with the other texture. So wait, he said bring in which sand
Plug
texture?
this in, and that in our case can be the sand texture.
T sand blah blah. Okay. That's not it. Where's the texture? T sand tileable? Is that what
This
it was?
reminds me
Yeah.
of that game
Yeah.
you played with Tiny Man who runs through town.
We already used. So we plug this in, and that will have the same issue.
And to B. RGB to B. Go. Okay, vertex normal.
Like we had with the other texture. So we go to our landscape and we steal briefly our setup here. So
Drawn Tiny Man can't remember the name.
Elder Colvey House said, "Oh yeah, ha."
Yeah, I do remember that.
So we go to our landscape and we steal briefly our setup here texture. So we go to our landscape, have the same issue like we had with the other texture. So we go to our landscape and we steal briefly our
landscape, that whole thing. Okay, see, so now we go into landscape. M landscape, he wants us to steal most of this, but not all of it. Yeah, that.
Setup here. So we
could go back to the rock and then do what?
Make this now a
paste it. Whoops. Huh! Yeah, there we go. It's the same, it's almost the same thing as what's up here.
Material function when we use this in different materials.
There, see, divide, and then the result goes into the UVs.
Materials, but for our little purpose, this is enough to just copy paste. And here it is, our little nanite rock.
Okay. Let's see if this worked. Well, I'll be damned. So look at that. See, now it looks like a rock. And even on the side, it looks good. Look at that. See? I'm not sure if it was supposed to look like
so let's
exactly
go back
like
to the
that.
valley.
Yeah,
and
it was.
Here it is.
Okay. Now if we go back to our valley, it should now look better. It should look more like a rock. That's good. Good.
And we want to add many of them. So for that we will use the foliage tool. Here we can add foliage assets, but we don't have one yet. So let's create one under foliage, static mesh foliage, and we have one yet.
Lastly,
so let's create
we'll add a bunch of rocks.
Here we can add foliage assets, but we don't have one yet.
Okay. Foliage. Okay, we could add assets, we don't have one, so how do we make one?
So let's create one under foliage, static mesh foliage, and
okay. Static foliage, what is he under? He's under the environment again. Foliage, static mesh foliage. What's he name it?
And we will name this f_flat rock.
f_flat rock. f_flat rock. Flat Rock, Arkansas.
Flat Rock, Arkansas. I think that's right.
After opening it, we can
okay, oh, we have to open it.
Add our static mesh, and let's change.
There's that. And change what?
Some values, like for example,
some
the
values.
Offset. We also don't want this rock alive.
Okay, so it's minus 100 and then minus 100. Fine. He says
to the surface normal, and this rock.
We do not want it. Okay, we don't want this aligned to normal. Okay.
Is big, so it should have collision.
Yes, it does need collision.
So we set that to block all, and it.
Where do you do that?
Collision. So we set that to block all. And
no collision to block all. That's right. Look at all the different ragdoll, trigger, invisible wall. Bethesda's favorite mode, invisible walls.
And it also should influence the light. So
affect distance field lighting, affect dynamic indirect lighting. Yes. Good.
So after saving that,
yep, save. Close.
We can go back in the foliage tool and add it to our palette.
Yeah. So now we can ding, and there it is. Okay, so now what do we do with it?
Here we can change the density and the min and max scale. We could also...
So we're going to paint rocks.
Elder Colvey House said, we're going to paint them all over our valley.
Change the density and the min and max scale. We could also override other values
30.
or do non-uniform.
30. Okay. So he says density is going to start with 30. Okay, fine. And this is for the painting, see? Radius, I'm not sure what... He didn't change that yet. The minimum scale, he says 0.3 and 0.5. I'm going to switch it to 0.1 and 0.6 just to give it more variation.
Scales, but let's keep it simple for now. Let's test how that will look like. First, we try to get a better overview of the scene, and then we select the rock to be spawned. And now we can actually begin to draw them into
see what
the
he's
snow,
doing?
but that's not enough. More rocks. So let's
yeah, see, he's going to bump up the density to 50. So let's actually bump the density up all the way to 80. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to make sure that we have paint selected and then flat rock selected. Okay, let's try painting. Where is our brush size? Yeah, let's get that up higher. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Look at all those frickin' rocks. Whoops, I didn't want that. There. Wow. That is pretty cool.
Herr Mittenschild Said, Steine bemalen.
Brush size has to go down. Okay, so we got here's, let's add a few more over here. Look at all those rocks. But look how you know how big each one of those rocks is? Look at the detail on each of these. But look, there's almost no noticeable impact. In fact, my frame rate is still 60 frames a second. Even with all these rocks, it's because of Nanite. See, if we switch to show or lit, we switch to the virtual. No. Oh, where is Nanite? Yeah, there it is. Triangles. Yeah, there's the triangles. See, the farther out you go, the less triangles. The farther in you go, the more triangles. Okay, well, I think that's enough. Let's end here. That was fun, wasn't it?
Elder Colvey House said, "Hope you had fun, guys. 2 more shards to this tiny game."
Yeah, I didn't know you could stack them like this. In fact, if we go back into paint mode, well, I don't know how to get back and select the damn, yeah, where's the damn, we just had something selected, but it's not there now. Height map. Paint. Well, I'll figure this out later. Yeah, I don't know why it went away, but poof. I guess sometimes it just goes away. See, this is not what we're looking for. See, it's something else. That's sand. That's sand. And I don't know how to... Yeah, well, anyway. You get the idea. Yeah, I'll get... It takes a little while to get, to build skills in this, you know, like, here, let's do this. Yeah, ooh, yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? And this is what it looks like if you were in free camera mode in the game. This is actually what it looks like in the game. Shoosh. Shoof.
Lucky
cool.
Great Straean. Thank you again. Hope ever nice well and look forward to seeing you next Straean from Gilvey House.
Thanks for being here at Lucky 13 Uda. And everyone.
Do we have anyone that's rateable? No. We don't have any rateable units. Well, that's okay. I have to get something to eat too, so why don't we could pick someone else who's doing game development. Here, let's turn that off and turn this off. What? Yeah, sure. Yes, I want to apply. Save content, save selected. Yes. Poof. All right. And I will post this information later on in the Discord. Like if you want to find this, actually, you know, I'll take this and I'll paste it into our Discord later. Okay? Sound good? I'm going to turn the display capture can be really deadly if you're not careful what you're looking at. Like, what if I suddenly got sidetracked and started watching porn, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh my god, I'm streaming. Okay, we'll see you next time. Oh, we have to do the end credits. Here comes the end credits.
End credits.
Danke for the stream.
Thanks again, everyone who subbed and did stuff. Oh yeah, Dave the Damon did 2,500 bits. Oh my god. In fact, we have to show the event list browser again. Yeah, Lucky Buddha followed. Sonic resubbed. Dave the Damon gave 2,500. Hatras resubbed, and Snuffleupagus resubbed. Yeah, so there's Dave the Damon. We might as well do a mass bomb for everybody. One last mass bomb.
Exclamation mark mass bomb.
Yeah, and then there were the overseers there. And what else? I don't know if you're able to change the order in which the credits roll. Otherwise, I'd like to change it so that the resubs come before the overseers. Okay, and then following, yeah, Lucky Buddha followed. And then lastly, Sonico731, Snuffleupagus, Hatras, and Mr. Milchmann, Herr Milchmann. It never shows his name anywhere when he resubs. I don't know why. Okay, see you next time.
It showed Yup.
Eastshade! Eastshade is streaming. Oh, man. We have to raid these guys. Eastshade Studios.
Eastshade is streaming.
Oh my god. We are raiding Eastshade Studios. They're building a game. They're building another game, and they're doing it live, I think.
Nice.
Okay, let's do it.
I wonder if Danny will remember who I am, haha. He sent me free copy of Eastshade.
Let's get that right. Very red. Don't have that much saturation in the beams. Now they're too light, so let's make them dark.